Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Glenn, and today I want to teach you a juggling trick called the weave. It looks like this. Nope. Alright, let's try that again. Hey everyone, my name is Taylor Glenn, and today I want to teach you a juggling trick called the weave. It looks like this. Now before we get started, I just wanted to say that if you find this tutorial helpful, make sure that you subscribe because I am going to be coming out with a lot more tutorials in the future, so you'll want to be updated on those. Also, I know some people just want to see a trick in slow motion so that they can figure it out on their own and they don't want the step-by-step help of a tutorial. So if that's more your speed, I've made a video of just this trick in slow motion. There's a link in the description on that. But if you're like me and you like the breakdown and the step-by-step and the troubleshooting, this tutorial is for you. So let's get started. So the weave is not that hard of a trick, but you should probably have a good handle on these ones already. The 3-ball cascade, the 4-2-3 pattern, and being comfortable enough with that you can do columns or, just generally be a weirdo. Also, keep in mind the weave does look a lot like Burke's Barrage, but it's not the same trick. So just make sure you're following each step and getting each throw exactly how it's supposed to be thrown before you move on to the next one. But if you are stuck and it is turning into Burke's Barrage and you can't figure it out, I am gonna have a part at the end where I talk about that and how to get out of that habit. So you can check that out. All right, let's look at the trick. So underneath it all, the weave is just a 4-2-3 with the 2s going up and around the 4s. Nothing fancy, just a 4-2-3 with weird 2s. But I know that's easier said than done, so let's break it down. Let's start with 2 balls. With 1 ball, throw it straight up, and as you do, bring the other ball over the top and back underneath it. You'll notice when the 4, or the green ball here, is at its peak, the 2, or the red ball, is already on its way back. Don't forget to practice this on both sides. Alright, let's add a 3rd ball. Start by doing the same 2-ball move you just did, but this time when the ball you threw comes down, throw the next ball from the same hand. It should go on the inside of the ball coming down and land in the other hand. This is the 3 in the 4-2-3. I'm not catching it in the other hand here. I don't know why. I was being weird, but you should get used to that feeling of the ball crossing. So do that. 1-2. 1-2. Good job. When you feel good about that, do the same thing, but this time when that crossing ball is coming down, throw the next ball straight up on the inside. This one doesn't change hands, since it's a 4. It's basically the same as that very first throw, except on the other side. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see that the ball in my hand is already wanting to go around, so complete the step by dragging that ball up and around the ball in the air. Again, this is just like that very first step we did. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. Finally, when that last throw is coming down, throw the crossing ball back to the other hand. Again, make sure it's on the inside. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, it's just repeating it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You get the idea. If you're still having trouble, start back at step 1 and take each step carefully. And if you're still having trouble then, stay tuned until the end and I'll cover some troubleshooting. But if you're feeling good about it, let's focus on making it look pretty. Alright, so you've got the move down, but it's still looking kinda crappy. What the heck? My first tip is to turn the ball outward so we can see the ball. If your hand is facing you, it's covering the ball, and that just doesn't look as good. So turn it out and let us see it. It's subtle, but it helps. The other thing you might be doing is dragging your 2s around the 4s really aggressively. That's okay, but they should really be smooth and flowy. They trace a figure 8-like pattern, and your wrist should be loose. Practice that. And if you want, you can dance while you do it, but maybe not in public. It's not working! Okay, the first thing that might be happening is you're hitting that ball coming up with your 2. This is a common problem, and basically it just means that you're not moving that ball out fast enough. Just pull it out before you throw the next ball. That's really all it is. One of the biggest issues I see is it somehow turns into Burke's Barrage and you just can't figure out why. Part of that is muscle memory and you really just need to break down each step more carefully, but let's look at the differences. Here you'll see Burke's Barrage and the weave side by side. They look pretty similar. But the difference is with this 2 right here. With Brick's Barrage, you'll push the ball inside the pattern, whereas with the weave, you pull it on the outside. Same thing on the side. So if you keep going into Brick's Barrage, just remember to take that 2 and pull it on the outside rather than pushing it through the middle. Maybe you're still having trouble with it, so let's look at the other big difference. As I said earlier, the weave is just a basic 4-2-3 pattern, whereas in Brick's Barrage, that 3 is thrown on the outside. This is why Brick's Barrage feels a lot like Mill's Mess, and the weave does not. Here they are side by side. Watch the blue ball. In Brick's Barrage, that ball is going to be thrown on the outside of the ball coming down, whereas with the weave, it's going to be thrown on the inside. So if you're still having trouble with your weave turning into Brick's Barrage, focus on that throw, and making sure that it goes on the inside of the pattern rather than being thrown from the outside. Correcting this throw in addition to bringing that 2 on the outside should fix the problem. But if it doesn't, just start from step 1 and take each step more carefully. Alright, that is the weave. Hopefully this tutorial helped you out, but if you do have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer all of them. And if you have any suggestions for other tricks you want to see me do a tutorial on, post those in the comments as well. I want to know what tricks you want to learn. And if this did help you learn the trick, post a video on Instagram and tag me at Taylor_tries. I would love to see the progress that you're all making. That's it for now. Keep an eye out for future tutorials. Hopefully this one helped you, and I'll see you next time. Go try stuff. It's a catchy song, man. Catchy.